Let's start Lesson 4, Beginning of a New Life, Part 2. Mr. Dick and I soon became good friends and often went out to fly his huge kite. I began getting closer to Aunt Betsy too. David, she said one evening, we must not forget your education. After a pause, she asked me, will you be happy if I send you to a school in Canterbury? I replied, yes, I certainly would, and it is so near to your home. So it was decided that 2 days later we would go to Canterbury. As we left, my aunt informed me that we would first visit Mr. Wickfield, an old friend of hers. He was a lawyer and steward of the estates of a rich and affluent gentleman of the country. When we reached Mr. Wickfield's office, we were welcomed by a man called Uriah Heep. He guided us to a room where Mr. Wickfield was present. Well, Miss Trotwood, what brings you here? Mr. Wickfield inquired. My aunt replied, I wish you to draw up adoption papers for my nephew David here. In fact, he is my grandnephew. I also want advice on a school in Canterbury where David could be taught well and treated well. Mr. Wickfield thought for a moment and said, the best school in the district does not have any room for boarders, but if you wish, you may leave him with me till further arrangements are made. Mr. Wickfield called for his housekeeper, who turned out to be a little girl of my age. Mr. Wickfield told us that her name was Agnes and she was his daughter. Later, Agnes told me that she had lost her mother when she was born. Agnes considered it her duty to stay at home and keep house for her father. While my aunt prepared to leave, she said, now David, never be mean in anything, never be cruel and never be false. Avoid these 3 vices and I can always be hopeful of you. I promised her I would remember her words. Aunt Betsy hugged me and left. She didn't look backwards. She just shut the door behind her. Mr. Wickfield's house was pleasant and peaceful. After dinner, Agnes played the piano and I could see how devoted she was to her father. The next morning, Mr. Wickfield took me to my new school. He introduced me to Dr. Strong, the headmaster of the school. The head boy, Adams, showed me round and introduced me to the masters. I was quite at ease but very conscious of the difference in learning and experience between the other boys and myself. That evening, Mr. Wickfield asked me again if I thought I should like to stay on with them. I told him that I would like that very much. On the way out to school the following morning, I encountered Uriah Heep sweeping the steps outside the house. Good morning, Master Copperfield. I trust you will have a good day at school. Thank you, Uriah, and I hope you will have a good day with your studies in law. I suppose you are quite a lawyer. Me, Master Copperfield? Oh no, I am a very humble person. I am well aware that I am the humblest person going. Let the other be where he may. Likewise, my mother is a very humble person. We live in an humble abode, Master Copperfield, but have much to be thankful for. Have you been with Mr. Wickfield long? I asked. Going on 4 years, Master Copperfield, since a year after the death of my father. That day, I reached school quite early. In about 2 weeks, I was very contented there. I was not skillful in the games and quite backward in the studies, but practice would improve me in the first, I hoped, and hard work in the second. Fortunately, I proved myself in both. Every 3rd or 4th week, I visited Aunt Betsy in Dover, and on alternate Wednesdays, Mr. Dick would visit me. Mr. Dick befriended Dr. Strong, and he became a popular figure at school. Life at the Wickfield home was quiet and peaceful. To my great comfort, Agnes became more of a sister to me than even Aunt Betsy could have ever imagined. Hence, my life at Canterbury was a happy and fruitful one.